Hey everybody, I'm so excited. We're here on the Near Disney YouTube channel, but also because I am one of the founding residents of Celebration. This has been a long time coming, yeah?
It has, yes.
Yeah. I'm here with Lauren and Jacob. You know that they are in charge of Town Hall for us, and they're doing a great job. And so they're going to give us a sneak preview of what's going on. You guys want to give us a tour?
Yeah, let's go inside.
Go on in.
Welcome to the new Grand Hall, Town Hall. We've brought back your cornerstone cabinets here, so you still have that old Celebration feel from the original Town Hall. And I'll let Jacob kind of explain the changes that we've seen in the hallway and throughout the building.
Thanks, Lauren. So some of the things that we really wanted to capture with this renovation, after doing a lot of the repairs that were necessary, were how do we improve the resident experience? A couple items with that were from that front entry. When you walk in Town Hall, there's a new paint color on the building to separate it from its origins of being part of the school. So it sticks out a lot more, making it a lot easier for those first-time residents and those visitors. And we added a ramp at the front for better accessibility. And then before, when you come in, the resident service window was at the very end of the hall down there through a little transaction window. And we wanted that experience to be better. So when you walk in now, right when you come in, you wonder, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? And these doors during office hours are wide open to the resident service lobby, which will bring you in over here. So some things that we really wanted to capture with the resident service lobbies. One is a little bit of that confidential items. You know, you're discussing an array of different things with our resident service staff. As they're your go-to shop with any question you have in Celebration, they're going to either give you the information or direct you to the right path. So we removed that transaction window. We have a really nice face-to-face with our resident service team. A lot of resources are given out with Town Hall. And so we did some studies with that as well. So they have lots of space to store information that they can easily provide to residents. Some additional thought went into this as having some tables available for people to fill out their forms and different things like that. And one thing that we're really excited to bring back to Town Hall, right over here, is our U.S. flag retirement box. This was built as a Eagle Scout project with the Boy Scout Troop 125 in collaboration with the Veterans Club of Celebration. So that's one of those heritage pieces that we're really excited. We had some questions about it, and we were saying, rest assured, it's coming back, and had a spot dedicated just for it. In a week or two's time, all of this is going to be the merchandise. So all of that Celebration logo merchandise that you remember seeing out in the hallway before, we'll have it spot right over here. A little backstage piece is a mechanical room over here. A lot of the mechanics for the entire building were replaced. This is just part of the HVAC system, all new. So a lot of the resources in this project went to the infrastructure itself to make sure that not just is the building pretty, but it's done right for decades and decades. So back out to the Grand Hall, one of the major things that changed here is we bumped out the rooms quite a lot. There was a bit of a low section over in the Grand Hall that was removed. It made the rooms a lot bigger. They added sound panels in here as well to reduce some of the echoing. And then with that, I'll pass it over to Lauren.
Come join us in the new boardroom. So one of the great new things we have in the boardroom is instead of temporary tables and chairs, we have a nice dais. While not built in, it still provides a nice professional feeling for each board member and these executive chairs. So now you have a professional feel to your board meetings, bringing that just extra special touch to the HOA. These rooms will also be established and set up for tables and chairs meetings and rentals with these nice foldable and rolling tables as well. They've also created this bump up in the ceiling as well, just to add that extra volume in here and the nice lighting. And we've gone from 3 meeting rooms down to 2, but because of the extra space, you actually have more space in the 2 than you did in the 3, with this great foldable wall with soundproofing in between. So the 2 rooms can be used jointly or separately.
We were able to keep the patio space outside with both rooms connecting to it, all new tables and chairs out there as well, which provides you a nice little peaceful space next to the nature preserve.
For those of you who don't know why we started this project, many years ago when Ian came through, we experienced a lot of water intrusion. That unearthed many years of maintenance that had not been done, and water intrusion from the base of the building, the windows, and the interior roof inside Town Hall. The base of the building had basically eroded, so there was a 1-inch gap between the foundation and the bottom of the ephes. So that's one of the big things that we needed to address with this project, along with the leaking windows and the leaking roof.
All of the window structures have been redone. And this was from the seals. We're doing water testing on them as well, and they're doing micro edits to it to make sure that we don't have any problems with water intrusion around the windows in the near future. Well, the landscaping grade has been adjusted to flow water out instead of build it in. Is this large section you see here is a 3-layer waterproofing around that ephes and envelope of the building, where all of the water intruded from above the concrete slab and where the stucco began. One thing that was also done to make sure that even that doesn't become an issue if it was, is the addition of a drainage system. Now on this side of the building, all of the gutters drain underground into a water reserve out by the nature reserve. On the other side, they drain into the storm drain system. Now, I think we actually have 2 more rooms to show you. One is a bit familiar, and then we're in with a little sneak peek that was built just special for celebration.
All right, we'll take you into a familiar room for the community. So this room was the least impacted as part of this whole renovation. This is the activities room, and in here you will see the original celebration seal that started out in the Bank of America building where the Disney offices were. So this room will be dedicated to our physical activities, our dance classes, the exercise classes, so they have a dedicated space that their sound's not impacting the rest of the community.
Yeah, that was a real feat for them to move this. Every piece on this is this individual piece. I'm pretty tall, but you can see it's a big piece. For all of those that may remember, your town photos used to be taken out in front of this. And some of the redesign, some of the issue was to get a wall space big enough and wide enough to fit this. So we were really happy to be able to bring it back and dedicate it into a room that's really special for the community back here. One more room that's kind of new was added. We added this room called our Conference Room 3, and it's really designed to be a committee conference room with all of the townhome associations, the condo associations, and all of the multiple committees that support our different boards here. We wanted a space that was really dedicated for them, where we can hold meetings and not always having to be finding a room and moving dates around just for that. So this room was taken out of the office space, the former resident services, and we created a room just for committee meetings. Kind of resembles a board style room, but a sneak peek to come is this wonderful piece back here. So actually during the demolition project, this was actually discovered by the construction crew behind a temporary wall that had been built in a back storage room. This seal, our maintenance team has cleaned it up. They made this board and hung it up, so it was all done here, by our team in Town Hall. But this adorned the 690 Celebration Avenue Town Hall built by Philip Johnson. So this was above the front door of the original Town Hall, and we're really happy to be able to return it to Town Hall in a room that's so special to the governance of Celebration. With that, we're going to just take you out to the courtyard.
So one of the great things about the landscape design around Town Hall is it was designed to be in full compliance with our ARC guidelines. So our team can take residents out here and use this as an example of the 3 tiers and the plant choices that can be utilized at their homes. So not only is it beautiful, but it's also functional for our team and as an example for the community.
So this was another space that just got a light refresh. On top of the landscaping, the whole courtyard has been repoured, new benches tying back to the foundations of Town Hall. And as you can see, we are the crew still getting it ready for the ribbon cutting on June 10th.
Well, this was a long 2-year project with our board, and we want to thank them for their leadership and the Master Plan Advisory Committee, who also provided a significant amount of work. We also want to thank the Calic Group, who provided the construction-ready drawings and provided invaluable owner's rep services for this project, along with DeAngelis Jaiman, the general contractor, who did some great work for us.
You know, I think it's really great that you do have a picture of Michael Eisner in this case. And so, as many of you know, in the stories that I've told, I worked with Michael Eisner back in the day when they were thinking of the idea of celebration. And I was so excited that when he came back to visit, I think it was our 20th anniversary, he said that celebration was his favorite thing that they've ever done. And so to know that Michael is still being acknowledged here, I think he'd be very proud of you guys. So congratulations on behalf of Near Disney. And don't forget, you guys, the 30th anniversary, they have been working so hard. They have had 30 additional special events on top of the events that you guys organize, right? And then the actual big event is going to be November 7th. And it's exciting because you've been seeing some things that we've been reporting, that it's going to be the Pop Tour 2000. And so the kids that first moved here, for example, Ashley was turning 5 at that time. Of course, she loved the boy bands. And so a lot of the parents would get to know each other because we would go to these concerts, everything from NSYNC to Backstreet Boys, whatever. Well, don't you know, these guys are on top of it. And so the event is going to have Kirkpatrick, who's from NSYNC. They're going to have O-Town, Ryan Cabrera, and then our own Brad Fischetti from LFO. Brad is a resident of Celebration for 20 years. We absolutely love him. And so they really are going to have a fantastic event that night. There's a drone show from AdventHealth that's being sponsored. So look for those spots over by the downtown diner, Reggiano's, everything. I'm sure it's going to be packed. People are going to have a great time. And we are working with Brad. If anybody has a question of any of the band members, you can text me at 407-808-9845. We're going to get those questions to Brad, and as they are on tour, he's going to ask some of those questions. It's going to be in a video right before the guys get up on stage that day. So if you want to know the answer, ask now. Give us that question. And once again, congratulations, and we hope to see you on November 7th. And the grand opening date here is?
June 10th.
June 10th.
Join us at 5:15 for our ribbon cutting.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.